Good morning. So prediction yesterday was correct. I did think first that we went down, but after that huge candle up, I was expecting us at least to hit 25,259, the top of this candle. We actually, well, that was about it. We didn't hit it. We hit the top. No, we didn't. We didn't hit the top. This was day close. This was next day. So first idea right now is that we hit all-time high, and after that we will need to watch what we will do. This day was again, actually these weeks were again one of those internal market structures that actually got me distracted for a while. I was expecting here to go lower a bit, and once we start moving up, okay, I was expecting us to go higher. It was a bit of not easy reading the market again. This was not the most easy readable market. If you can read these kind of markets, then you're fully there. So that will be the first target, of course, and that's only 20. How many points is this? About 22 points away. So YouTube streaming will end very soon. It will only be on Discord anymore. If I go live on YouTube, it will be for educational parts only. Asia had slow market, but we did had the last leg up. 100 points, yeah. Yesterday, New York also had a beautiful trading session. After that, breach to the upside. We actually almost knew that orb was gonna work out and then continue. So that was about how much points did we? So I believe this was the close of the candle. You had an 121 point move up. If you add it in the down structure, that would definitely be a nice play. So we got a range, and that was news, by the way. So this is why we have 25 points. Okay. So that was previous week high that we're now at. Oh, that was previous week high. Yeah, we're gonna take we're definitely gonna take out all-time high right now. There's no doubt about this. If we take out all-time high, I do want to see that continuation afterwards too. So be aware of that. Because that's pretty close to that round number. So this would be then that 25,400 number. That's about 32 points. No close yet. We do have quite some for value gaps in here, so we'll probably come tap these, just that you know too. Two, one, so that's was it close? Zoveel moeder die sprong nu. So Nietzsche is on long at this point. The best place actually for your stop is now that 15-minute right here. Actually this one. Because we have like a very small fair value gap just under the R2. We probably will hit definitely all-time high and then see how we act off that all-time high. We do have multiple news today. So 9:39 we have news, 10 we have news too. So just be aware of it. We could have some shakes or a bit of strange movements in the market. Again, all-time high is not a place we want to short of, so I would recommend anybody that trades today that you are looking for longs, and unless you are a very small scalper and you actually trade like the minute chart and are out of it in like 5 minutes, then you can maybe take a short somewhere. But I would recommend definitely too long right now. I would never short all-time high, not my thing. I would be patient until we see a nice clean structure change and then short it, of course. And I'm very happy to announce that we actually have our first student that got funded. And this is actually only on this strategy that's on the right side right now on the screen. He learned the skill, I helped him along the way, and he improved every week. He was there, done the works every time, and I'm very happy to see it. I went over his journal yesterday and it was very clean. Nice profits, very big ones also. And just with one strategy and learning how to add and asking enough questions, he improved himself every week by week, a little bit, step by step. It took about 12 weeks to get there, but he's there now. And that's actually very fast. Because trading is not a skill like you learn overnight. You can learn to build a website like overnight and still struggle a little bit by doing it. The more you do it, you get better at it. But trading is something you always trade yourself. So it's a mental game instead of a physical or active. So the only opponent that you actually have in trading is yourself, because that's the only one that's always there.
Zie dat je niet veel buiten is geweest vannacht.
Dus ik het weer bij mij liggen. Op het rond weer als ze er boven komen. Ja, dat is toen niet gezet.
Ja, dat komt eigenlijk niet veel.
Klaar waarom werken het? Gaat hij goed slapen? Wat hij anders niet doet.
Je bent echt een grappige hond, als zo. Een blaadje. Die hoort hij niet. Blijf tussen mij. Het gaat vriezen.
So if we hit that 15-minute gap, I'm gonna enter along the first one, and I'm putting another limit order at the lows because we have like a very small one right here too, 15-minute gap. So we'll see if we get both taps. Stop would be the same like the, so it's a rather big stop. It's about a 30-point stop, so that's okay. So stops are here. That's my stop. I got a limit order on, well, that when I get in, I'll do it manually. these are my limit orders that are in. So 3. So I'm in a long right now. I will watch how we react right here. I do want to see. I do prefer to see a clean continuation to that high. Because we take now most liquidity right now, so small return is always possible. And I got one more limit order at the low, so I have 15 minutes just below it. We will see if that one gets triggered too. If not, that's a 1 hour, so that's also a great trade to end the week. So all you that's still here, it's okay, journal stay here. De chat is uit. Niet, ik zie het. not the most favorite price action we see here. We still got 7 minutes in this 15-minute candle, so the next 6 minutes we'll see if we come back up. That would be good to say. The next 5 minutes. Definitely aiming for all-time high, so that was the only logical trade that we could take, the upside. Not the biggest fan of this price movement. Still we got 5 minutes, so let's see if this candle comes back up. We're just tapping that 15-minute for value gap. This was news, by the way, so we rather tend to clean off those gaps. Looks like crypto is moving again. At least Bitcoin is. Ethereum too, about 5%. Not a fan of this movement. I do want to see that last 2 minute backup, or that this doesn't look so great.
Dat is wel mooi. Mag je daarover reden? Is veel tijd met zichzelf zegt,
Yeah, this does not look good for a pre-orb, nor for myself. That's a strong 15 minute back down, so was not expecting this, especially not before all-time high. Oh, I didn't see that one. We had a day gap today. Yeah, we will come for this. Definitely. Yeah, I did get filled just like a week. That's not enough. So we'll probably come for this day gap today also. So why does it not look good. Can you tell? Of course. In a 15-minute, normally if we tap off into it, we have a pullback. So we see most of the times a reaction out of it. So we come in and we see a wick get rejected off of it. Now we didn't. So if we see a 15-minute, like if we have a tap, most of the time we see like a wick back to the highs or as high as possible. Same here if we have a tap. Look, this was a tap off of it, and now we had a move back up. We get a tap and we have a move back away of that gap. And this was straight in it. So now all we can do is watch the opposite reaction. And that's how do we act off of this 5-minute right here. Do we push through it again and go up high? That's good sign. If this gets like a rejection like this, tap and then immediately back to the lows, that doesn't give a good sign. Also we have about 10 minutes to open, and if we watch that hourly, I don't want to see this. I want to see this close above here, because most of the liquidity actually we tapped into. This was one. This was another one we tapped into. We just left the two highest, that's all that's still open at this point. And that's not so much. And I didn't see that we actually had a day gap too, right here. An opening gap. And they tend to fill this up too. So unless we go under 25,335, we're actually still in that movement to the upside. So we just need to be patient right here. And we can watch the 5 minutes on the other side. How do we act off of it? Look, now we tapped that 5-minute gap. I want to see a clean move through this actually. I know we have one more value gap here, but it doesn't need to fill everything up. So once we tapped into it and this one come under it, now here we should continue higher again.
Vreemd hier te wonen. Of nou, dat ik polder maken.
We are 7 minutes from open. So the next 7 minutes would be nice to see that move back up. So we watch the candles on the 5 minutes, see how we, so what can show us what the market wants to do is actually a candle is our product where we trade off. So we want to see how does this candle move and how do we act off our value gaps, because we trade off our value gap to liquidity pool right here. So we took some external liquidity already, so it tends to go back to fair value of price, back to internal liquidity. So, and internal liquidity can be any of these candles, of course. But if we want to watch where we made a break of structure, that was right here. So that we have to take this leg up, and that would fair price would be around halfway this 4 hour gap, or 4 hour candle actually. We will see what happens at open. If open wants to take out this daily gap first, then it's gonna be that way. We don't. I see where the market drawn to, but sometimes the market just wants to move in another direction at the moment itself. I could predict yesterday that we could come to this high once we start moving to that direction. And further than that, we still need to be patient. How does the candle move? Because same here yesterday. This was a long time, so we went up and now we were sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4. This was the end of initial straight, I believe, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It took about 8 candles to start moving again. 8 15-minute candles, so this took a while. And if we watch this at a 5 minute, as long as we don't tap a low where we're actually at with our stop, we're still good to go to the upsides. Again here, there is no strength down but no strength up too, so we just sit here right now, so not much to tell. Plus this was a news candle at 8, so I don't like when we have actually news at 7 or at 8, I don't like it. Now we have, look, a lot of small newses that can actually move the market a little bit. So next 3 minutes would be nice to see this one move back up. So a minute and a half until open. So I see USDT got rejected, so we probably moved to 3.4% back to USDT, so that would be a huge push up for the crypto market. So 40 seconds still open, and we're still at this level. We didn't get pushed through yet. No more trades. So here's open. Now I love to see the market move further up right here. We're taking out our liquidity last part, so we should move back up. We tapped a half hour too. Strange enough, it looks like my drawings got off my chart and I have no idea why. TradingView. Good program if it wants to work. So anybody that doesn't have TradingView accounts yet, Black Friday comes up and that's the best price time actually to buy an account if you want to. It's the cheapest time of the year that you actually can buy one for the whole year if you want to. Just telling it for people that actually use it. So if you want to use TradingView completely, Black Friday is actually the cheapest time of the year that you actually can buy one. I believe it's 85% off of the normal price. Even though if you have a subscription, you can actually just buy it too. It just will add to it. now we have the opposite too. So we have a 15-minute right here too. What I don't want to see is if we tap that 15 minutes just above us and then go back down. And I'll probably close this trade. I do want to see, because we took that liquidity right here, now I want to see that clean push to the highs. At this point it still looks good, so we just came and cleaned off those value gaps of that new candle. Here we will see what acts. And now just let's be patient. Let us play out. Thank you for sharing, Wilmot. I had no idea the Apex was cheap today.
die cursus.
So at the same place, not much happened. So how much is it for funded? Something I look. If they decline that capital, it's 35 to reset it. Didn't say how much it was actually for the funder itself. Should be around $30, I believe. Unless you have a different code. Still not the biggest fan of the price action right now. Okay, in the meantime, let's do something different. Can't watch the screen all the time. Not good for the mind. So this is the last value gap we could hit. If we don't move up from here, then it's done with this trade. This is the last place where we should react off. We now actually came into everything. We tapped up for half hour. We came back, so we should move straight up from here. If not, that would not look very good. So now we had, like I said, the last tap of this one, 5 minute for value gap. Here we need to push immediately off. Or it's looking for liquidity, and that can be all of this. See, in the downside we actually created 15 minute here and we got tapped off of it. Look at this reaction. This is what we want to see, and if we tap like this into it, we want to see the reaction off of it, straight off. Nonetheless, we let it play the trade to its thing. I am taking the limit order away. Because of the movement of these candles, it doesn't look very good, so I'm gonna take this trade off. We will see soon enough what this market wants to do. Just be relaxed, calm. Yeah, if we move down structure, we will go to this daily gap. So I didn't see it when I started the market. This is what I want to see on the reaction. See, once we tapped this gap, this is the reaction I want to see. Immediately a wick away from it. And if a candle stays in it, it tends to move on the opposite direction. So that means that there was more selling value actually than there was buying pressure in this left open for value gap. This will probably be the stop. We're now trading in a 1 hour candle right now, so we took our stop low enough to that 15-minute gap. We are trading into a 1 hour, into a 15, so if we don't move up here, this is coming for that day gap then. Everybody understands why I said this 15 minutes should be your stop, because that's also important. Because if we put it on the orb itself right now here, it should have got stopped out. But there was a very, very small FEG right here, where I set a limit order before. I took it away just a minute ago. Just told the market how it reacted. I just should have been patient and just took one right here. That would have been better, of course, but I chose differently. Tot een 15 minuten. Ik heb voorbij dan niet. Oh, looks like MNQ doesn't have that gap. Just NQ has it. Yeah, that's gonna be the stop, guys.
Låna och hoppas när vi nu.
So this was a lesson on reading price today. So we could see this was a huge candle to the downside. We tapped that 15 minute and we got a strong reaction off of it back to the downside. So this is why the market wants to continue. The reason why I put my stop on this one was because there was a fair value gap here and one right here. So I had two fair value gaps, and it always says take the lowest wick. And that was also the last liquidity grab before the move up. So that was the last downwards candle before we had a new movement back to the upside. That's why I chose this 15-minute candle wick. I do believe it will stop us out in about 2.5 minutes. If we don't get a move back inside in 2 minutes, it will stop us. Nonetheless, good trade, clean entry, right direction. What did you want me to explain, Veerle? I wasn't reading the chat. Was it because why I put my stop there? Not the strongest candles to go down either, but we did have an orb of London itself to the downside. But this will, I do believe this will stop me out too at this point. But I'm gonna let the trade do its thing. Let's stop with TP right here. There's no much thing that we can reduce off of anything, so. Okay, you're welcome. So one thing you all need to know too, if we create a new candle and it makes like a small jump like this, it tends to come fill it up too. So this is why we actually had the whole move down. It came down almost to our, that was not so far from our stop actually at this point, and then we saw the move back up. So a new candle tends to get filled on both sides, so the lower and the higher part. And now we will see in the next 5 to 7 minutes what this market wants to do. So here we have a bit of a movement back to the upside, so that looks okay. We cleaned off, so now I want to see us come above this high right here. If we do, we have a small fair value gap up here. If we can pass that, we're good to go to all-time high again. The only thing that could stop us then is that we have a small 5-minute candle right here with a gap. Not that one. This one actually. So this is the last thing that could hold us back now. And if this minute and a half closes like this, that shows strength again to the upside. So we need to be patient and see now what will happen. But if you watch that in a 15-minute, you can see it's a very different story once we hit this small gap right here and we got rejected and then pushed away from it, or that we had a 15-minute drop into a fair value gap and then we stalled into it. That's a very different story. So here I could say that the market was continuously falling lower, just because of the reaction we had on that small 15-minute right here and a 5-minute that showed us that the strength was pushing down. This you can only read if we actually have a movement in the market. If we are doing sideways movements, this is not accurate. You can't read it. It's not possible actually to read the market then, because every fair value gap gets invalid to the up and the downside constantly, and then we actually don't see anything in the market. Well, I do want to see that continuation push right now in the next 10 minutes back to the highs. But nonetheless, just that lower part, just this one from here to there, that was a beautiful trade. That would have been already more than 1 hour right here. This would have been 1.5. I was not sure that we would have taken actually that gap. So this is why I took the upper entry instead of the lower one. So anybody that wants to learn this strategy, that's new to the channel or that's new watching us, I'm John, by the way, and I teach this too. So I have a course fully integrated. It's in the description, by the way. If you want to join, you're always welcome. So this is our last small gap that we have here. So here we want to continue pushing through to. If we now fall back down, that would look the same actually. Here we want to have a continuation, and then this last 5 minutes I do want to see it push through to. So I don't want to see it stall and then fall lower again. Then I would rather not be in this trade anymore. But if you watch this in an hourly, this looks actually bullish still. So in an hourly, but we just closed this full candle. We came into a 1 hour gap, a 15-minute gap, and a half hour, and now we're continuing to the highs. So it's always good from time to time once you watch too many charts to zoom out a bit, that you can see in a bigger perspective what the market is still doing. So I'm back at entry. I hope everybody is still in this. Did anybody on the continuation play took the lower 15 minute as entry when I set the limit order before and didn't take the first one? If so, I would take some profits right now. That would be definitely more than a 2R right here. That would be a 2.4, 2.1, so I would definitely take some. This was a possible, this was 11 point stop only, so that was this is 23 points. If you only put one contract, then you're $40 up. But you can put your stop down to the wick instead of this one. We should not come back down. So then you are actually having, if the trade goes correctly, we should not move back to your entry even. Yeah, that was good choice of you there. Oh, PS left, sorry. So this way you have actually a risk-free trade. If this goes to the highs, you can actually have a decent trade. And if not, yeah, your trade's coppie now. Okay, nice. So Orb of London would have not worked would have been a full fail. So this was London, look, full close. We had a structure to the upside and we had full close back in, so Europe London would have failed. For Europe we're still in, so we said move the stops to that low. It was on the screen by the way, so hope you joined in that movement. I know it's a bit bigger stop then, but it was necessary today. And now if you want to actually feel more secured, you can put that stop actually at that wick. We should not come back even. If we now fall back down, we will take out this trend line liquidity all. There's also a big reason to why, because if we watch that hourly, there was an hourly for value gap and this is a strong reaction off of it. And then we do want to see the market come back, tap it again, so it wouldn't sound very logical to come back down. No matter what the outcome is, we will see what happens. If it's stop or TP, I could care less. That was a good entry. Followed the plan, fully structured. So instead of doing live streams on YouTube, I'll do a weekly live stream again, but then more educational live stream. So anything about trading, crypto or anything else will be given here. Options for passive incomes could come on hand too. If the crypto market starts moving in, we'll probably see that one pop up again too. See what deep end does. So deep end stands actually for real infrastructure that's usable. No big moves yet. So again, strong reaction off of that one, so not the best position to be in. So now we have a 5-minute right here. So we created structure to the upside. We had a 5-minute gap, so this one should hold and continue up. If not, that would be, yeah, that gonna be my stop. Okay, that's gonna be minus 0.9. And that will be stopped in about 9:30 probably. Yeah, there was no more point to come back actually, so that's gonna be my stop. 0.9. Still up 11 hours this month. So this is actually a good strategy. Still has some very nice, decent win rate. Ooh, I missed my stop for a very small point. Yeah, this will definitely take me out, so. Screenshot. Patient until it does. I'm not gonna take another trade after this one. I would rather wait until we had that daily gap and then long off of it again. So I'll put a limit order around this area to long, back to the highs. Again, so I put a limit order at that daily gap to long off to the highs. So still no stop. That was very, very close. Come on Nasdaq, stop teasing, just step me out. I'm okay with it. I'm still in. This came to a half point of my stop. Now it will take me out. it's about the time that I get off too, so after this trade I'll call it a day. Like I said, I will set a limit order at that daily gap. We have the daily open right here. See how we act off of it. I'm gonna take a wide stop, so it will be that 4-hour stop right here. So that will be that 4-hour. This will be my stop. And that was my stop, by the way, too. So I got tagged out. End of the trade. Minus 0.9. Yeah, that would be it for me for trading for today. I wish you a great trading session in London. So we'll probably fall further down to that daily opening gap. So if you short the market, you can go to that day gap. That would be the maximum that I would short this market down to. After that, we go back up to all-time high. I actually was expecting us to hit all-time high already, but market wanted to do something different. Nonetheless, good trade. Wish you all a great trading session. See you back in the afternoon.